Hello students, in the last video we have discussed the different bases of classification. Now in this video we'll see the animal kingdom classification. So in the classification, how the different phylums we get depending on what basis, we'll see all of it. So let's just start the video. First of all, this is the classification. So animal is also known as Animalia. So Animalia or Metazoa. So what happened earlier on the first part itself in the animal kingdom, I told that this animal kingdom is going to have a two broad division. So what happened whenever we saw the different characters of animal, then we saw that in case of phylum Porifera, they lack two basic characters. What are those? First one, that this organism do not have consciousness or they do not have nervous regulation. They do not have nervous regulation or nervous system is absent in case of them. And what happened to the next category, that in case of this phylum Porifera, they are also like they do not have the locomotory organ. They cannot move like the normal other animals. So what happened in case of animals, the basic two differences. In the animal, we have two basic division. One is Parazoa, this is one subkingdom, and another one is the Eumetazoa. So two bases depending on what I told. In case of Parazoa, that is a group of animal, that is phylum Porifera. So in case of phylum Porifera, what happened? They lack consciousness or nervous regulation and they do not have any type of locomotory organ, and that's why they belong to a different group, that is Parazoa. Now just see the Eumetazoa. Eumetazoa are divided, one second, see, in three groups. What are they? First one, that is non-chordates. They do not have the nervous they do not have the notochord. Some of them they have, but this resemble the notochord, but exactly it is not the notochord. So they are known as hemichordata, and the last one, that is chordata. So let us see in the non-chordates how many organisms are included. See, in that we will have lots of phylums. See, what are those? The phylum Coelenterata, then Ctenophora, then after that the next one, that is Platyhelminths, next one Aschelminths, or we can call these animals as the Nematoda or Nemathelmin also. Then after that we have Annelida, then Arthropoda, then Mollusca, and the last one, that is Echinodermata. So this group of animals, this phylums, actually all of them, they are phylums. In all those phylums, they lack the notochord. So that's why they belong to a group, that is non-chordata. Next one, see, Hemichordata. Hemichordata is a phylum which includes some species. One of a species, I can give here the species name itself because this is a phylum itself. So Hemichordata, under that there is a species called Balanoglossus. So this organism is a Hemichordata. Last one, after that we will see the chordates. The chordates are divided into three groups. Already I have told you that in the notochord that the chordates are divided into three groups. One is Urochordata, next one Cephalochordata, and the last one is Vertebrata. So what are those urochordates? Urochordates which have the notochord but only in the tail region. So they are known as Urochordata. I can give you here an example. This is Herdmania. So in case of Herdmania, you can get this organism. They have the notochord in the tail region and it is in the larval stage only. Next one, cephalochordata. Here the notochord is persisted throughout the life from the head to the tail. It is present. One example I can give you here, that is Amphioxus. Next one, see the vertebrates. Vertebrates are divided into numbers of groups now. First of all, the first group here is the Agnatha. This is Agnatha, and after that we will have Gnathostomata. So what are those gnathostomes and agnatha? So what happened? Those organisms which do not bear the jaws, they are known as agnatha, and those organisms which have the those organisms which have the jaw. See, we have the two jaws. This is the lower jaw. This is known as mandible, and above we have the another jaw, that is maxilla. Maxilla upper jaw, mandible lower jaw. So lower jaw is movable here. So you can see Agnatha do not have their jaw. So obviously, if they do not have the jaw, their mouth will be shapeless, that will not have any shape. So this is circular. So next one, see gnathostomes. How many types of species are included here? The gnathostomes are divided into two groups now. What are they? First one, that is Pisces, the fishes, and after that we have Tetrapoda. So just see, we can give you here Agnatha. This is also known as cyclostome. Okay, cyclo means circular, stome means mouth. So those organisms which do not have the jaw, that organism will be known as cyclostomata also. Under that we are going to have two species. One is the lamprey, another is the hagfish. We'll see in detail later. Now just see the gnathostomes. Now this organism will have the proper jaws, the upper maxilla and lower mandible. So these organisms, they are divided into two groups. One is Pisces, another is Tetrapoda. Now the Pisces, they are divided into two groups once again. One is first type of species which are marine. They are Chondrichthyes, and another species that is living in the freshwater condition generally, but exceptions are there. They are known as Osteichthyes. So just see the differences, Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes means their body is made up of cartilages, like the sharks, like the dogfish, Scoliodon, this type of animals, they are going to be Chondrichthyes. Their body is going to have the cartilages. Next one, Osteichthyes. Osteichthyes means they are going to be bony structures. See, they are both the fishes. Fishes will include two types of organisms. One is the Chondrichthyes, another is the Osteichthyes. Now the last one, that is Tetrapoda. Under the Tetrapoda, you are going to have four species now. What are they? First one, that is Amphibia. Then after that we have Reptilia. Next one is Ave, and the last one where we belong, that is Mammalia. So these are the different tetrapods. Tetrapods means they are going to have four legs. See what happened? Four legs means four limbs. Does not matter that in case of some of the organism, maybe you are not able to see the four legs. Yes, modification had occurred, maybe some adaptation had occurred due to what? They may sometime lack the two legs, or sometime they will have four legs. So in case of amphibia, we will see in case of frogs, they will have four limbs, the upper four limbs and then the hind limbs. Next one, in case of reptiles, reptiles also have four legs like crocodile, you can see. But what is happening in case of the snakes? Snakes do not have the legs. So they are also belonging to the same tetrapoda. So these are the reptiles. Next one, Ave. In case of Ave's two legs, we will see what happened to the another two legs, the upper four limbs actually. Those four limbs will be modified into wings. They will have only the hind limbs which are that can be seen. Next one, mammalia or the mammals. In case of mammals, what happened? The hind limbs. You can see a lot of organisms like the dogs, lion, cat, these organisms, cow, these organisms are the four-footed animal. But what is happening? Some of the animals, like in case of suppose monkeys, In case of monkeys, chimpanzees, gorillas, what happened to the four limbs? They are actually helping the organism to climb the trees, and gradually we came to exist. What happened to us? The four limbs are actually helpful for only the picking things or picking the substances. We help it for writing, for taking the food substances to move from one location to another location, not the whole organism to move. So for locomotion we are going to have only the hind limbs. With the help of what we can change our location, but the four limbs, they will help only us to pick the things. So that are the mammals. So these are all the classification. In the classification we have seen that the animals are divided into two groups: Parazoa, Eumetazoa. Eumetazoa are divided into three groups: non-chordate, hemichordate and chordate. Chordates are divided into three groups: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, Vertebrata. Vertebrates are divided into two groups: Agnatha and Gnathostomes. Gnathostomes are divided into two groups: Pisces and Tetrapoda. Pisces are two groups: Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. And tetrapods, there are four types: Amphibia, Reptilia, Ape and Mammal. So this way we have completed the classification. Later we will see each and every phylum in detail. So in the next video we'll start with the phylum Porifera, and gradually we will see all of the phylums and their characteristics, general characteristics, basis of classification, specific characteristics, etc. So till now we have completed classification up to this whole I hope all of you have understood. This is about this classification. Thank you.